Hello, I'm M.Herholdt and this is my presentation for the last assignment on the Learning Mindsets and Skills MOOC. My first point of discussion will be the key learnings. One of the major things that I learned during this course was the 4 learning mindsets. I belong to an academic community, so that's the sense of belonging that is necessary for children and students to have that motivation to engage in the community in a learning way, more than in just a social way. The second one is the ability and confidence grow with effort. And I feel like this is an important aspect because it's almost like a confidence booster, which it shows that intelligence is flexible, and just overall in general, this is a growth mindset that the children develop or the students develop. Then the third one is this work has value to me, which makes it interesting for them to learn. It's something that they really find interesting and they want to engage with, and it improves their learning experiences and gets them to engage on a different level. And then the last one is I can succeed at this, and that has to do with self-efficacy. All of these tie into motivation, which I find very interesting because it was a study that I did for my honors in psychology. Motivation relates to the factors that motivate you to participate in an activity. So it can be sports, it can be performance, and it can also be academics. So I'm very interested to see what motivates people to perform above and beyond their normal standards or their peers' standards. Then the next thing that I learned in this course was about using feedback and the way that that feedback is used. So it's not necessarily about failure. It's not about giving them a fail mark on their test and that's that. It's about helping them use those setbacks to learn, help them to grow. And it's important with this feedback to make sure that the kids have understanding of a topic before the next step is moved on to in the learning process. This helps them achieve a sense of mastery, which ties back into motivation again. And if they feel like they've mastered the subject, then that gives them a sense of pride, and it improves their belief in their own achievement. And then the last thing that I learned was about embracing the mindset yourself and helping the community around you to develop that mindset of learning. And it's about learning and growth. It's not about being fixed in one thing, and your intelligence is what you already have. And especially in a community like my home, which is South Africa, not a lot of people have access to education. Not a lot of people have access to higher education. So this idea that they can do things to grow themselves, not just with school, is really, really important, and it's really, really relevant to the context. The next thing that I want to talk about is my own context that I've based this project on, and that's my work right now as an au pair. So that basically means that I'm a nanny. So I fetch the kids from school, I drive them home, make sure that they eat, do their homework, and then I just wait around until the parents get home. Sometimes they have a lot of homework, and sometimes they don't have really anything at all. And then also when exam time rolls around, we really work on getting them to study hard, getting them to get their goals with their marks. And that is where I targeted this project on, that exam time studying. So both children, there's a boy and a girl, they both have a problem of understanding effort and the effort required for good marks or for the marks that they want to achieve. One of the biggest problems that I've noticed is they'll put a lot of time into it maybe, but the effort is not there. You know, they put time in, but then they don't actually study properly, which is what was discussed in the course. So what we need to do with them, and what I've been doing now with this course, is getting them to practice the effort and the learning skills that they need to improve. And the reviews after my last assignment were very useful, and one of them said that what I could do is get the children to think of their own ways to improve, and this it involves them. It increases their level of self-efficacy, and I think that it's a very important step to take. So what we need to do is we need to what I have done is discussed with them what steps they feel like they can take. You know, the girl, she decided that she's going to try different study methods for when her exam time comes around, for when her test comes around. She's going to go over past papers. She's going to really study the work that the teacher has given them to study, and not overall knowledge that she's trying to just watch from videos on the internet. And then the boy, it's his first time writing exams, so it's getting him to get comfortable with the idea of actually putting in effort for studying. And it's not just about reading over the work, it's about challenging yourself to understand it properly. So to decide on the findings for this avenue I'm deciding to take is I have to wait until the next exam period, because then you can compare their middle of year exams to the end of year exams, and if their study methods and the way that they put effort in and their learning mindsets have helped them achieve their goals with regards to their marks. But in the meantime, I can monitor the application of their skills and see how they are coping with it. If they feel like they are understanding, if they feel like it's something that they can use, that they can work with. But that's something that takes a while, so it hasn't been done within 5 days, because I only work with them about an hour every day on homework, so to see an improvement in that short amount of time is very difficult. The last thing is sharing with the community. So basically what I think for this situation is to bring the parents in to understanding what learning mindsets are and how they can facilitate it with their children. And that also involves monitoring the children's progress with those attitudes and mindsets, and also modeling them themselves. So talking about how they're learning with their work, how they're learning in their own situations, and showing the children that learning is a process and learning is effort. I can do that in my own situation too. And then the last thing is my goal is to become a teacher at the end of the day, and then from there go on to a career in psychology. But when I work as a teacher, I can use it in my classroom, and then I can use it in the broader school picture, see if the teachers there know about this, if they would like to embrace it, and really try to bring it into the community at the school. Thank you very much for watching.